Welcome to the temple of Yahweh, the nation of Yahweh. Welcome to the nation of Israel, the children of Jacob, the children of Israel, the tribe of Judah, chosen to be the ruler forever. I'd like to testify that all so-called black people of America are the lost tribe of the house of Israel, known as Judah. Hebrew is our history, Hebrew is our culture, Hebrew is our language. Our nationality is Hebrew Israelite. Our common last name is Israel. All of North Africa was given to us by our father Yahweh to our patriarchal father Abraham, a tiny part of which is called Israel today. All of North Africa, including that little piece, belongs to our people, the so-called blacks of America. Why must I make this testimony? It is because our people, the so-called blacks of America, have been lost from the knowledge of their God. Consequently, scripturally, we are referred to as a blind people, a deaf people, a dumb people, an ignorant people, and a dead people. So we're in need of miracles to heal those conditions. Many have tried to heal you, and all have failed. And I'm the only one that has been raised up in your midst that heals all of your conditions. Be they blind, deaf, dumb, ignorant, dead, lame, or crippled, I am the healer. The only one that can make you whole. We need salvation. And the one that brings you salvation is your Savior. And the scriptures say that there's only one name under heaven whereby men can be saved. Acts 4:12. Please.
Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men, whereby we must be saved.
Now, false religion, liars, and deceivers, those who would mislead us, have given the world the wrong name. Why would people who profess to believe in God give the people of the world the wrong name? Knowing that there's only one name under heaven given among men whereby you can be saved, what's the purpose of someone changing that name and giving a substitute? It could not be for any reason other than to deceive. Now let's take a look at Revelation 12:9 for a second and see the purpose of giving the wrong name. Please.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
This is written in Revelation. Consequently, that old dragon, that old serpent, Satan, the devil, is not gone. Being in the book of Revelation means this is yet to happen. Deceivers told you that when the devil was cast out of the garden and cast down and turned into a serpent, that was the end of him. But see, you can see better. The last act of God is to cast Satan out. You see, that's revelation. Revelation is that which is revealed from God. So since we see the world is still in deception, the world is suffering from hunger and poverty and war, rumors of war. The government of America is falling because of the leadership being corrupt, liars and thieves and burglars, crooks. A crook and a liar is a deceiver. And the American people have been deceived, and it's on the news all day long on CNN. So back to Revelation 12:9. What is he exposing? People who have deceived the whole world. Back to Acts 4:12. What is all important? The name. What do they give us? Here's a false image. This picture is false. I'm the one to expose it to the world. This is the wrong picture. This is Michelangelo's rendition. He must have been a pervert to change his original color to white. And then the deceivers of the world come along and say, his name is Jesus. That's an open, barefaced lie. Nobody ever walked on the earth by the name Jesus 1900 years ago. Nobody. Nobody ever walked the earth named Jeremiah. Nobody ever walked the earth by the name of Joshua. Nobody ever walked the earth named John. See, this book, the Bible, is a Hebrew book. And the characters were Hebrew. And until this day, there is no letter J in the Hebrew language. Now, if you're going to be serious about this, you cannot be emotional. I am not appealing to your emotions. This is not an emotional encounter. This is an intellectual and scholarly encounter, and you must be a scrutinizer, an analyzer, a researcher, and a student, and a scholar to follow what I teach. I have to be either a fool, mighty brave, or know what I'm talking about when I say nobody ever walked the earth named Jesus. Jeremiah's name was Jeremiah. Joshua's name was Joshua. John's name was Yochanan. Now, how can you find that out today? Go to your encyclopedias and your dictionaries. Search out some of your older copies that's older than 1956. Webster's, and you'll have a shock about the etymology of the letter J. I will not be very happy with you unless you go and do that research. If you want to make me happy, you go and do that research. Because I don't want you to say you believe it because I said it, and I don't want you to switch because I'm strong speaking. I don't want you to do that because I'm charismatic. You like my style. See, I'm self-styled anyway. I'm self-proclaimed. So I don't want you to follow what I'm saying because of any of those features of my personality, my dynamism. I don't want you to conclude that I'm right because I'm erudite. I want you to research what I'm saying, and look up the letter J. Where did it come from? What is the origin? See, etymology means the origin, derivation of a letter, word. And to your shock, and perhaps some of you, your horror, you will discover that the letter J is less than 600 years old. And that it was a penmanship slip from the German language into the Anglo-Saxon. And that it was originally an I with a dot over it, and then a penman made a loop. That's why in the beginning, you look at your dictionaries, the lowercase j still has a dot over it, signifying its origin from the letter I. Oh, I see. I know what I'm talking about, so you have to go find out. Since the dictionaries and the scholarly treatises prove conclusively, without exception, there's no exception, that the letter J is less than 600 years old, then there was no Jesus 1900 years ago. The man existed, the person existed, but nobody by that name. So we're discussing name in Acts 4:12. And since that conclusively proves that there was nobody by the name of Jesus, then you cannot be saved calling the name Jesus. All who call on the name Jesus expecting salvation is going straight to hell. You don't have a detour. You won't get a detour in the scenery. You're going straight to hell. The only way you can get a ticket off that train to hell and cause it to stop is holler Yahweh. Now, there is no need for you to get upset and want to disclaim Webster's dictionary when that is the standard for the definition of words and their enunciation. It's the standard. The world accepts the dictionary standard. That same dictionary, any one of them you choose, including the Bible's dictionaries, interpreters' dictionaries, New Jerusalem Bibles, and others, all prove conclusively when you look up the name Yahweh, that it is synonymous with the tetragrammaton, which is Yud-He-Wah-He in Hebrew. And those scholarly treatises, all of them admit that Yahweh is the covenant name of the God of Israel. Now, since the world knows, and the scholars know, and the dictionaries and all these books that I made reference to admit that the name of the God of Israel is Yahweh, then why is this name ignored and people pretend they don't know it, and the world goes to such great pain to pretend Jesus? Somebody is trying to deceive somebody. And I'm here to set the record straight. And I'm not appealing to your emotions. I am saying, go study. Now, if I'm not the one, then you don't have anything to worry about. Isn't that a relief? Isn't that wonderful? See, if I'm not the Messiah that the whole earth is looking for, think of how relieved you can be. See, you can still wait. If I'm not the one, I'll go away. If I'm not the one, I'll disappear. If I'm not the one, my work will surely dry up. It'll be like building a house on the sand. When the winds and the rains and the storms come, it will surely be washed away. If I'm not the one. And if you believe that, then you don't have a problem if I'm not the one. Oh, but if I am the one, then you have a problem. See, one of these is right. One of these is wrong. Judgment Day. See, judgment. You've been wondering, what is judgment? You got to choose. Choose you this day which one you will serve. But as for me and my house, we're going to serve Yahweh. Notice in Acts 4:12, it's all about the name. Now in Proverbs chapter 30 in verse 4, there's a serious question going down. I'm telling you, name is important. Serious thing going down here. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4. Read.
Who hath ascended up into heaven or descended?
The spacecraft, the shuttlecraft did not get to heaven. It went up 3 times, but it was blown to hell. Left a watch sign in the sky. When it blew, Yahweh signed it. Why? Yahweh blew the hell out of the space shuttle. Proving that man is not God. God don't blow up nor crash. So the question of the Bible remains still true. Who has ascended up into heaven or descended? Read.
Who hath gathered the wind in his fists?
Last boy, Yahweh got some incredible fists. Somebody has some incredible power here. He can gather the wind in his fist. What kind of man? I sure would like to know his name. Read on.
Who hath bound the waters in a garment?
There's 139,685,000 square miles of water. Oh, you didn't hear me? 139,685,000 square miles of water. And here's a man that can bound that up in his garment. I'd like to know the name of that man, wouldn't you? He's some kind of man. When you agree, knowing his name, well, I mean, would you like to know his name? You can gather the wind, you can ascend into heaven and leave heaven and descend back to the earth. He can gather the wind in his fist, bound the waters up in a garment, I'd like to know that man's name. Read on.
Who hath established all the ends of the earth?
The diameter of the earth is over 7,000 miles, over 25,000 miles in circumference, weighs 6 sextillion tons. And here is a man that established all the ends of the earth. Now, would you like to know that man? Name? Say, Shalom, what's your name? When you think that this man should be the most famous man that ever is and was, I mean, how dare talk about President Lincoln? I mean, he can't do none of this. Here's a man that can ascend to heaven and descend and don't blow up like the spacecraft. Shut. Here's a man that can gather the wind in his fist, bound up the waters in his garment, and establish all the ends of this big old earth. That man ought to be the most famous in the history of the world forever. The same man from the beginning made the heavens and the earth. Read on.
What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
Don't tell me the letter J, it's only 600 years old. Don't tell me Jehovah. You are Jehovah lie. There's no Jehovah. Same dictionary says Jehovah is a false rendition, a false substitute. The book says, see, this is not an emotional issue, though you may be emotional, because I'm telling you the truth about that which you have believed in, which is a lie. You've been deceived by Satan. What is God's name? And what is his son's name? See, that's the big question. There's only one name under heaven whereby man can be saved. That means the Son and the Father have to have the same name. Otherwise, there'll be two names. The Bible says there's only one name. So the Son can't have a name different from his Father. Even in your carnal world, David's son is named David. Ling Wu, his son is named Wu. Henry Smith's son is named Smith. Gonzalez's son is named Gonzalez. If the men of the earth are named after their father, have the same name that their father had, then what makes you think God is stupid? To name his son by some other name other than himself. Oh, see, I'm proving my case. I have proven my case. I've already proven my case. So I can declare from a scientific, scholarly, emphatic point of view, and through your own acquiescence, due to your research, that Yahweh is the name. Glory to Yahweh. Because see, it's all about the name. Now here in the Catholic Digest, 800 million Catholics read this book. On page 50, it says, and this is the Catholic, white people, Gentiles, the Pope of Rome, those folks. The ones from whom all Christianity came from. Said God's secret name. Can you understand? What is God's secret name? This tells you the secret. What does Yahweh mean? Stay right there. It comes from Catholic Digest. Published 1985. And right down there, look a little closer, there's God's secret name. Right on the front page. See it right there? Yeah, right in the middle. God's secret name. All right. Now, stay right there. Why would God's name be secret and then they don't publish it until 1985? It's because I've been teaching it for a little over 7 years, and I have printed it on and written it on everything and taken it across the country and published it around the world. So I have revealed the secret, so they just say, well, come on down front. And here's a Catholic calendar. See right there? St. Paul Catholic book, Paul Catholic Church, published 1987. Now, wonder what's inside. My help comes from Yahweh. Almost every page, all 12 months, the Catholic calendar has Yahweh's name. Now, why would the Pope, all the popes, thank you, keep it a secret for all these years? And why are they suddenly telling the secret? Most white people are taught this knowledge in the home. They're taught as little children. Most white people know who you are, too. But they were taught not to ever tell. Never tell you what? That you are the lost tribe of Israel, the children of Israel, the tribe of Judah. They know that. The majority. There may be a few that escape, but the majority know it. They know you God's chosen people. It's almost no white person with any sense don't know that. And they just can't tell you until they know you know. The reason they couldn't say the truth because they didn't want you looking for the real one. Revelation said that they deceived the whole world about the name. Why? So the wicked one to rule. If the chosen people of God don't know their God, how can they rule?